Hello everybody, I'm Hope and welcome to another Naruto Shippuden reaction. I have recovered from episode 345. That episode had no right to be that absurdly tragic and fucking plot twisty. I felt like my fucking... I don't know, like somebody pulled out every single one of my ass hairs and just a single swipe. It was just the epitome of pain. But it was the kind of pain you don't expect. The thing you don't see coming. You see? Anyway, it's been like 5 days since I recorded, something like that. And I'm finally ready to tackle this last canon episode before some filler. And yes, I am watching all the filler, and you can't stop me. Yeah. I don't know, man. Before we get into the episode, though, I just want to let you know that if you want access to early videos, full-length ones, and any other bonus stuff, you can over my Patreon page. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment down below. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. I really do appreciate it, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much. And I hope y'all enjoy the video. Let's go ahead and jump into this episode. Have ourselves a good time. Well, as good as any, because Naruto is kind of just pain. Pain, you know. I mean, we've seen pain. Well, let's just jump into it. Okay, we're starting with the intro, which is perfectly reasonable. Ba-na, ba-na-na-na-na-na. No! The girl in the water was Rin, and it's not water. It's blood. Oh, wonderful. That's brilliant. Good foreshadowing there, but also pain. Thanks opening. Ine namida ga karuta owari. Boku ga tsuyoku naranakia. Nidu paeyo ipo. Fucking snakes, man! This arc has been painful, though. Like, you have a fucking nunchucks! All the Obito stuff and the Itachi stuff, just unbridled pain. Hey! Oh, I didn't do my turn! Damn it! Alright. I'm in Hell Part 2? I don't know. World of Dreams with the moon? Yeah, it's fucking Tsukuyomi. Oh, we're just picking up right after. Oh my god, do you see how much blood? He just ripped off the trunk. The longer you live. Madara's words ring, don't they? That master manipulating little butt nugget. Rin, oh, you poor girl. Why didn't you kill Kakashi, though? Is my question. Because maybe you wanted him to live to suffer? Oh, he passed through Kakashi. Oh my god, do you see the fucking blood here? There's so much of it. Obito, I'm sorry. Why can't you touch her? Oh, there you go. There you go. And this is why. Oh. I'll create a world where we can be together again. Let me see. God, this is such a fucking powerful shot. I never got to say, but I love the idea that the blood mist, he created a blood-like rain with the blood of the mist ninja of this world. Madara did say you would come back, didn't he? Madara, what are you playing here? It seems like you know everything too well. No, that's not the idea, Madara. There's no reason to. Okay. That makes more sense, honestly. Starting today, you will be the savior. Bro! Oh god. Manga... Genjutsu, I mean. Whoa! I love how Obito looks like a young Madara. Like the contrast there. Whoa, that shot. No. This lore, man. From a seal stone? Whoa! That's crazy. What? I use the statue's body as a catalyst to culture. Hashirama cells are busted as fuck, man. Oh, that's... yes. Oh, so that means you're capable of... Okay. That's right, because Obito didn't awaken the Rinnegan, he just took the Rinnegan, right? Oh shit! Hey, Nagato! Yeah! So that's the... What? How does that even work? How do you even do that? Because he's an Uzumaki. Because the Uzumaki has a small relationship to the Senju due to the Mito Uzumaki and Hashirama. So that makes sense. That's actually really cool. The fucking balls on this guy. You're just gonna go talk to him? This kid's like 14. Then how did Black Zetsu originate? It's a physical association. Did Madara just kill himself? You just took off your life support, buddy. You're just gonna say, bring me back with Rinna Rebirth when you get the chance. Wow, he just said, alright, you go do everything. I'm gonna die now. Oh, the act began! The act began. Yahiko's smug, like... How is he gonna prove it? Cannot believe that Obito basically ruined their lives. Are you absolutely certain that he is the reincarnation, or are you just bluffing? Conan, I miss you! Yahiko, I miss you! Nagato, I miss you! Manipulation tactics he's learned. Wow. What a perfect replication of the exact speech, pretty much. Yahiko. Smart guy over here. It does, doesn't it? There's that point. Shedding tears alongside them, huh? That's not what he means. Through mutual understanding. Yeah! Let's... Oh, the reason he told those words to Nagato is because when Yahiko died, those were... Oh, it's the same thing as Madara telling Obito the words, and having Rin died, having Rin die would cause that to happen. That's actually brilliant. Everything's connected. This cycle is fucking ridiculous. Man, I would honestly watch a series with these three, this trio. That would be a really damn good show. You could call it, I don't know. Oh, I miss you, Conan. It's like Orbitals. Holy shit. Oh, the rain though. I don't think Yahiko will let this happen. Or Nagato just said, "Be gone!" This is when they're introduced to Hanzo. Not introduced, but like the idea of them being used by Hanzo is what I meant to say. Negotiations. Man, Yahiko is honestly a really good guy. Ah! do you see Nagato and Konan? They're like, you're so... If it was Naruto, it would be... Takanojutsu would be complete. It's like, just get out of here. Oh shit. God, Yahiko, your fucking beautiful soul. It just rings why his death would change Nagato so much. Wonderful soundtrack choice, by the way. Nakama. Oh, that's fucking great. Conan. Kyusuke the Swift. Oh, this is so sad to me. They just wanted... Going back to the earlier episodes, this fucking hurts. This actually hurts. Akatsuki? Akatsuki. This nation weeps from the sufferings of war. A new dawn. That's... I agree, it's a wonderful name. Why did things have to go down this fucking path? I guess it's why Madara's words really stuck. They really stuck, like, so much. What? What? Oh no! No! Yeah, he goes like, no, 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 no! You can't just take Conan from me! You just gotta go. Fucking goofballs. Ito's such a bro. Ah! Yeah, she does. Oh my god.
暁の夢を叶えるまで恋愛なんてしてる暇はない。
There you go. That's perfectly fine.
そうでしょ。ヤヒコ。
Oiled paper. Great idea.
工夫してみたの。グズグズしてると置いていくわよ。
Konan was always this, a supreme analyst. She could come up with different ideas and strategies. Look at Nagato's precious smile. I want to protect him. Dendayo. Denakten. I've watched this ending so many times, and it makes me depressed. The subtlety of Obito being alone in this world, isolated, as you don't even see his face, he just reflects on his life. The song is chilling, and the guitar just feels this dread and loneliness, but it just has this unique sound. I love this ending. And right here, this kills me. I hate this shot. Ah! And then the Akatsuki, and then I hate this right here. Konan getting choked out. Oh, now it makes sense. It makes more sense after seeing this episode anyway. This shit is too sad, man. Ah. Fuck me, dude. I don't even know what to say. Come on, email, refresh. Had to check my email. Let's see. Okay. I am a little bit shook, honestly. Just well, this episode was incredibly good. It delivered both emotion and lighthearted tone and comedic value that is very much needed after the last few episodes. There is some comedy sprinkled in with the Obito stuff before everything that happened with Rin, but it was still very, very tragic and undeniably sad once you think of it through a different lens rather than just looking at the surface of it. Let's talk in order of events. We'll talk about all of the Nagato, Yahiko, and Konan stuff later, but the first half I want to dedicate to is Obito's portion of this episode. We start the episode with the title World of Dreams, and I just have to say I love the visual symbolism as well as just the creativeness that Naruto does with its symbolism, because I love how the wood from the wood from Obito's Senju powers or wood style, it swirls in the exact same pattern that the Mangekyo does, that the mask that Obito wears does, and also the water does in the Diver, the opening song Diver. It's such a powerful mechanism of visual storytelling. It reminds me a lot of like the Fibonacci sequence. If you know what that is, it's some really neat stuff, and I love how it encapsulates this red moon in the distance, and I think it's brilliant because the moon obviously isn't red here. It's the blood. There's so much blood on the ground, and it's just the moon is casting this this blood like cast over the area because of all the blood. You can argue if that's realistic or not. I don't really give a fuck because it's powerful visual storytelling. This is a world. Naruto's not the human world, so I don't really care. I just love the shot here, and honestly, you know, I just gotta be real with you. This is some gory shit. Even if you're not seeing like guts and intestines and crap, the idea that Obito brutally slaughtered like at least an entire like fucking squad of Mist Ninja so savagely that there was enough blood to cover his ankles, you gotta admit that's fucking brutal and dark. And I just cannot believe that this little kid had the mental trauma here is a bit insane to me. See, the brilliance of this is Madara's grooming towards Obito. It seems a little too perfect. I will give you that. It does seem convenient that it would happen so quickly, that Madara's words would become true, but it's not so much about the convenience of it story-wise. It's about the idea and meaning behind Madara's words that drives so much forward. It's him instilling these seeds into Obito, to which he would come to understand them firsthand, is exactly why Obito would come back, and exactly why Madara had proposed that you will come back. Because Madara has lived long enough to see the world for what it is, and see that no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, you're going to be screwed over in the end. And Madara was prepared to wait. He's on life support, basically, and he could probably live a good enough amount of time for Obito to eventually come back after learning the hard way. So his plan completely works here. Honestly, it does. And he had already sowed seeds into Nagato by giving him the Rinnegan. This man had a lot of different fail-safes and plans with like the Zetsus and shit. And Madara's been working for a long time, which is pretty crazy. I'm gonna read the words that echo in Obito's mind because I think that they deserve an extra reading to really reflect. The longer you live, the more you realize that only pain, suffering, and futility exist in this reality. True. Listen to me. And as we zoom into Rin's just fucking corpse, that's in this world, wherever there is light, there are always shadows, and this comes back in the two powers that Madara talks about. And also, I like the contrast between white and black Zetsu as another reflection of that. Kakashi, I just find it interesting that Obito does stare at Kakashi, and because Madara's words rang in his head, he decided it is not necessary to kill Kakashi because there's no reason to. It's not the idea of I want him to live so that he can suffer. It's that it doesn't matter anymore. When I create the Tsukuyomi, he's gonna be alive there anyway to fulfill Rin's part, to fulfill the part of Rin's dream. So it doesn't fucking matter. He doesn't care. And the way that he just walks through using his Kamui, and the fact that Kakashi would just wake up, like Kakashi, it's so sad how obviously the awakening of the Mangekyo was too much for Kakashi since he's not a Uchiha, nor does he have any Senju or Hashirama cells in him. It was too much for him. Second, the trauma and weight of killing Rin, because he didn't want to do it, but he was put in a situation where he had to. And after watching that episode, the only reason I can conclude is because of war. War is hell, and it seemed like Rin was a bargaining chip to be used as perhaps a slave to be used for like healing, and maybe some other fucked up uses, if you catch my drift. Because it's war, like, things aren't peachy, guys. This isn't just, like, rainbows and unicorns. Even if it's not depicted, you can still probably infer it. And Kakashi was put in a situation where it's... Do you hand her over to the enemy and give them an asset? Or do you just kill Rin now? Make the decision. It's still rough, given that Kakashi had just... what he had just learned from Obito and what he had just promised Obito prior. So that decision definitely weighed hard on his heart, because he burst into tears, like, literally, not like a second after he stabs Rin. So it's definitely not black and white there. While I'm still mad at Kakashi, I can't just say downright that I hate him or I can't understand it. It's just the cruelty of war and why Madara's point stands, and the shinobi world is fucked up and flawed, and it's gotta change. When Obito tries to grab Rin and he can't, the look of utter just, like, pain in his eyes and his trembling, it hurts me. I hate how he just... he starts to think about a world where Rin is real, or where Rin can be real again, and he just starts crying as he holds her. Oh, she's literally... oh, watching this scene again hurts. I'll create a world where we can be together again. People don't understand that Rin isn't so much the direct reason for Obito's decision here. It's the catalyst that sparked his newfound ideology. It's realization that Madara's words weren't hollow and those of a kooky old man. They're the truth. And to Obito here, this is the only way forward. There's nothing else to live for. There's nothing else to do. The world is rotten, and he wants to achieve something that can change everything. Not only bringing himself happiness, but end suffering for everyone in the world. And honestly, why is that to be condemned? Yes, Obito has murdered countless people and has caused so many tragedies. But so did Nagato. Sure, it's not entirely Nagato's fault, but things aren't black and white here. You can argue all you want. Sure, having a goal that involves the ends justifying the means is sometimes really gray. But this is Naruto we're talking about. It's a pretty accurate depiction of the real world. Do you... There was this good quote. I have never seen Code Geass, but I saw this quote. It's like, to defeat evil, do you remain just and steadfast, or do you stain your hands with evil to destroy evil? It's kind of that idea. And it's really, really profound to me. So, Obito comes back to Madara. They start talking about the plan, and Madara puts him into a genjutsu, showing him kind of what the Tsukuyomi would be able to do. He shows Obito a version of his younger self, which is a nice contrast because Obito's hair grew out and they look extremely similar. So it is a good point of the story for Obito to become the new Madara, like this fake Madara. He embodied Madara to a T. It's really great stuff. There's this really crazy mural with, like, I think that's the Ten Tails on it, and his eye is just this crazy fucking, like, Sharingan thing, and then there's, like, the Sage of the Six Paths down at the bottom or something. And Madara makes a good point. Legends are always derived from something real, usually. The tailed beasts, were split, and Madara came to this realization after obtaining Hashirama cells. Motherfucking Hashirama cells. So, Hashirama cells were put into Madara before he was reanimated. Kabuto must have just added onto it to create his inevitable strength. It does ring what the fuck happened to Madara. He has a wound that looks like, what is that, like a pierce wound? Like, it looks like he got Chidori'd in the chest himself or something, honestly. So, the fact that he didn't die from that is pretty crazy, but, you know, Hashirama cells be like that, I guess. Let's see. Keyboard, can you work, please? I'm just trying to scrub through the... Keyboard, please! I'm trying to scrub through the episode, you fuck. Damn it. So we got the confirmation that Madara did lend his Rinnegan eyes to Nagato. My only question is how, because apparently no one noticed, which I don't know how that works. I hope that gets explained in more detail, or someone can explain that to me. So I don't know. I cannot believe that Madara undid a seal. Get this. This part's crazy. I was then able to summon and extract the husk of the Ten Tails from a seal stone. And you want to know what the seal stone was? We call it the ghetto statue, of course. The seal stone is what we know as the moon! That's ridiculous. So, the Sage's Six Paths using Chibaku Tensei, or Planetary Devastation, isn't it Chibaku Tensei in Japanese? Thrust the Ten Tails into outer space and created the moon via the Ten Tails. No, he threw the husk of the Ten Tails after splitting its power. That's right. Madara was able to retrieve the husk of the Ten Tails through this by... That's just crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy. And then he used the statue's body as a catalyst to culture Hashirama's cells to use... So this actually gives an explanation on why Hashirama cells are even more powerful than they usually are. They're strong, but it's because of the ghetto statue that they're fucking overpowered as shit. So that's pretty cool. So we learn... I'm pretty sure they stated this before, I think, but the Rinnegan can only be activated by having Uchiha and Senju powers. So... I mean, yeah, that does make sense, but I'm just trying to remember if we were ever told that. Because Madara says even if you never awaken the Rinnegan, which is kind of crazy, you should be able to eventually control the statue, which is odd to me. Is it because even if he doesn't have the Rinnegan, he still has Senju cells and is of Uchiha blood? That might be it. So Obito actually just has the balls to basically wait first. Okay, he just sets out on his mission right away. Obito did not wait a single minute, and people are like, wait, Obito actively, he was working right away. It takes time to do these things. So, Madara shows the power of this dark power in which he converts his will into this half of Zetsu. Think of him as being a half of me, though he'll be degraded too. You can use these beings that I created using shadow and light style jutsu as your soldiers. Shadow and light style. That black rod was created... Okay, for some reason the glare is so bad on my TV. Like, I can barely see this. There's a statue, I think. Is that... Black rod. Is that the, Is that the chakra rods? Is that the black chakra rods? Is that what he's talking about? So that's actually a physical manifestation of his will? Or am I going... Like, I swear to God I can't see this shit. Come on. I'm looking. Use it when you perform the Six Paths Jutsu. I don't even know. Also, Madara decides to commit suicide here, which is pretty ballsy move. I guess Madara was tired of he gave all the details he could. He implanted enough seeds to where Obito would fulfill this plan. To Madara, Obito was the savior, basically, which is such a contrast to Naruto being this child of prophecy, if you will. I like that parallel there, where Madara says that Obito is the savior. It's honestly pretty crazy how that goes hand in hand together. Madara rips out life support and just says, "Alright, it's up to you, see ya, bye." And that's just insane, dude. To be fair, it does make sense, because Madara's like, what, 95? He would just say, I'm sick of living like a fucking old man. I'm just gonna die. I leave it to you. See ya. So Madara talks to Yaiko, Obito, and Yaiko, Obito, Yaiko, Nagato, and Konan. I missed seeing these three so much. I love just how confident and stoic Obito is acting as Madara. The way he just puts on the voice right away with no hesitation just shows how solidified the goal is in his mind, and how his will is now Madara's will. He's actually going through with this. This is not just a joke. He's really, really, really going through with this. And he laid the same seeds of doubt that Madara did to Obito. And because these words stuck around with Nagato, Yaiko's eventual death, combined with the God Complex, no, it's not really, it's a bit gray on that one, with the ideals of Yaiko would meld into this dark fusion of Nagato going down this dark road. And I just love this, the way he reaches his hand out to Nagato. This grooming process is pretty crazy. But honestly, Yaiko has to be a really underrated character, because the more that I see him, the more I see a more mature, like an adult, like wise sage Naruto almost. Because Yaiko is speaking facts out here. One can only reach the true world after knowing another's pain and shedding tears alongside them. And this is a minor version of Nagato's eventual spin on this plan, because Yaiko says this isn't about revenge, shedding tears and revenge. This is different. And the funny thing is Obito lays one final seed. I'll wait here at the same time every day. Meaning, if anything were to happen, and if you were to change your mind, come here. Be waiting. You'll eventually realize, oh, the seeds there grew. They really grew. Okay. Now, the second half of this episode is focused on our main trio, Nagato, Yahiko, and Konan. Now, it might just be me, but I would be perfectly down with a spin-off series featuring these three, or something, because they are amazing characters, and the amount of depth that they have is actually a lot that a lot of people really dismiss. They're all very multi-layered and dimensional. Even Konan, who's very underrated, probably the most underrated out of all three of them. But they're a fucking solid-ass team, guys. Solid. So they encounter some other ninja. They fight against them. And there's a good point where the swift guy actually saves a kid when he had the opportunity to land like a killing blow, or not killing blow, but to get an upper hand in the battle. So it's Yahiko was able to see that these people are not necessarily bad, and that he wanted to talk things out with them. And this is sadly the time when they were under Hanzo's rule, and they were fighting for an absolute just peace in a very, very friendly and just amazing way. I love Yahiko's just approach at this, and the fact that Hanzo would betray them later is so sad. And these poor kids, they grew up as orphans, like they suffered through the brutality of war, and the hope was finally brought into them when they met each other and they formed a goal together. They became best friends and trained under Jiraiya Sensei. and they were ready to change the world. And together they were all just, I mean, Yaiko and Conan were in love with each other. I feel bad for my main man Nagato, but you gotta be real here, fam. Nagato is a fucking bro. This man doesn't break the bro code, he enforces it. Seriously, Nagato is someone I would want to fucking just have as a brother. That'd be great. What a dude. What a dude. Too bad he's a third wheel, but hey, you have a group of 3, there's always gonna be a third wheel. So, I love the comedy here. It's a really nice change of pace. It really helps stave off the sadness of before. One piece of straw is weak, but when you put 3 together, it becomes much. Oh, and then they bend because of the rain. And damn it, I'm just trying to say, the more you have, the stronger it is. And I love how Conan and Nagato are just like. The blush that Yahiko has. Conan's like, you're so bad at keep making speeches. Whatever. Look, we're not gonna kill you. Just get out of here. I love the last words that Yahiko has to this kid. Or to this Swift guy. Earlier, when he tried to attack me, you protected the kid. Thank you. We're war orphans too. It's the incorporation of mutual understanding, right? Brilliant. The sad, somber music track here, as Yahiko and the gang just talk to this old man about how they're protecting this village, and this old man is kind of awestruck, or dumbstruck, I mean, because the idea is so crazy to him. In his mind, nothing will change. The war is just everlasting. But to Yahiko and Nagato, things are changing because those 3 ninja they fought stuck around. They were able to see some sort of light. We're ninja who left the village because we didn't think much of Hanzo's ways. And yes, Hanzo was, as he aged and became more powerful, he became diluted with arrogance and became an absolute scumbag. Not to the level of Danzo, but it's perfectly understandable why these 3 would split away from him. But it was because of these 3 they were able to see that there is good here, and that following these 3 could actually establish a better world. And the thing that I love about Naruto Shippuden especially, I will never understand people who say that Naruto Shippuden is just bad and Naruto, the original series, is good, but Shippuden is bad, because if you prefer the original series, that's perfectly fine. But I just don't get it. With Shippuden, there's so much more thematic value and emotional... Like, the emotions are cranked up to fucking 22. The world building is just continually growing. The sense of scale, the villains, the interconnectedness of everything is so amazing, and I love it. This is why this is my favorite series ever. The story that this series tells is so applicable to our real world. It's nuts. And in our current climate, it's one of the only things that I can look at and say, it inspires me. You know? It really does inspire me. It's because of characters like Yahiko, and characters like Nagato, who fell from grace, but eventually became good in the end. It's that sort of storytelling that has such an impact, that teaches you so much. Evil isn't so gray in Naruto. It's not. It's so layered and multifaceted. Everyone has a reason for who they are and why they're doing what they're doing. And there's a reason to believe in some of these things, but there's a reason to change it too. And that's what I love about this series. I really do. And Yahiko really does remind me of like a wise, adult, mature Naruto. And I like that. But it's not just a carbon copy. Yahiko's his own person. He's different enough to say. I hate when people are just like, there's too many Narutos in Naruto because Obito's a Naruto. You got Naruto, of course. You got fucking Naoki and Dawn. You got Yahiko. You got Nagato. Jiraiya was kind of a Naruto at one point. And all that shit. They embody the same spirit and some of the goofiness, but they're not the same at all. You can make comparisons all you want, but it's not even an archetype. It's just a fucking similarity, dude. And the funny thing is, most of them have been ended up dead. Naruto is the only one that can actually like bring forth everyone's like strength and like ideals together and compound it into this world-changing event. I'm gonna stop before I get too heated. So the last 5 minutes of this episode are still incredible. We get a lot of jam-packed comedy and just slice of life where we get to really connect with Konan, Yahiko, and Nagato some more. The way that Yahiko reacts to the love letter and he's starting to sweat, and Nagato's just... I love his reaction to it. He just starts to just... Nagato's little smile. Yahiko, didn't you have something to do? Bro move. Fucking bro move. Wingman. Nagato the wingman. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna go wet myself. Nagato's smile is so cheerful and gleeful. It hurts me because you get to see them so happy, but you know what's gonna happen to all of them. All of them died so tragically. The only one to really get the closest to a happy death would be Nagato. Konan's and Yahiko's, dude. Those deaths still fuck me up. Like, Konan's even more so now. Like, the more that I go back to it, Konan's death fucks me up, man. Like, it's not gonna make me bawl my eyes out like Jiraiya or its death or something, but it leaves this, like, emotional fucking pain in my chest. I love how Yahiko's, like, thinking more friends means more competition and love! But it was Nagato who said that, and he had the little smug smile. Do you like Konan, Yahiko? Still, it's nothing like that. I think Konan likes you. Eh? Yeah, she does. I love how Konan, you get the nice subtlety here is you can understand the chemistry that the three have with each other. Konan obviously knows that they're there. She knows them well. Konan knows Nagato knows Yahiko well. They can all bounce off of each other and anticipate each other. They're truly friends. They're not just these hollow, like, fucking puppets pretending to be acquaintances. It's such a nice friendship. I love the little training that also displays Konan's genius and her ability to improve and analyze and create better tactics, and it's just so good. I love that. And the episode ends with the amazing ending song. And to say again that we also learned that in the opening, the shot with the girl in the water is actually written in the blood. This episode was truly brilliant, providing a nice amount of world building, the tragedy of Obito, and explaining some loose ends while creating more questions. The fact that the Ten-Tailed Husk was dragged off from the fucking moon by Madara, I did not expect that. The Rinnegan being confirmed to having been loaned by Madara to Nagato. I know that they stated this before, but it's been completely confirmed by Madara's mouth. And now it makes complete sense, is mostly what I'm getting at here. Obito's quick ability to take the task and just go right away and instill the same level of grooming that Madara did just shows that Obito is capable when he puts his mind to things. He's not just some kid like who can't do anything. When he puts his mind to something, he can really do stuff. I love the different ideologies that Yahiko displays and how it's warped and twisted into Nagato's future self. The friendship and bond between these three and the tragedy that would befall them later. There's so much fan service, but so much greatness packed into this wonderful episode. I thoroughly love it. And for it being the end of canon, I think this is a perfect way to end it because we've filled in mostly every single gap, almost, when it comes to Obito. Only a few more left, and we will get those filled in as we go back to canon. But first, we've got some filler. I do know that the filler coming up is the Kakashi Anbu filler arc, which is actually canon. It's adapted from a novel, I believe. So as much as you want to say it's filler, no, it's not. It's actually canon. Also, the next two episodes are Akatsuki fillers, which sign me the fuck up, please. Like, who doesn't want to watch that? If you think that's boring, are you watching fucking... What are you watching? Are we seeing the same show? Like, I get it. It's like, oh my god, they're cutting away from the main action. Like, okay, I understand. But you gotta realize, breaks are needed. We've had 25 canon episodes in a row. A little break is fine, okay? Okay. Well, with that being said, I think I am going to end the episode here for today. It was truly a wonderful episode, and I fucking loved it. Like, oh god, it was great. Thanks so much for watching and staying to the end. It really means the world to me, because this is a really long discussion. Like we're talking like almost an hour long video anyway for this recording. And this should give you a reason why these videos take so long to make, because a lot of the time these just one like episode can take this long to do, because I'm not lazy, you know. I don't just react and go and then end the episode, you know, like other YouTubers. But anyway, I just want to say that your support means the world to me, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks to everyone supporting, my patrons included. And I just want you to know that wherever it is that you are, if it's morning, day, evening, or night, please stay safe out there. And be sure to take care as well. I love the heck out of all of you. And thanks for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Naruto Shippuden. So, I'll see you guys next time.